All right, there we go. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the regular meeting of the City of Charlestown Board of Public Works. Today is February 5th, 2026, and it is 10:01 a.m. We'll begin our meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Let the record show that all board members are present, as well as Clerk Treasurer Donna Coomer and our Attorney Perry McCall. Agenda that's been presented, I need to add one item at the front of the new business, so it'll become our new item A, and everything else would bump down, and that is recognition of city employee Deborah Miles. Woohoo! For years of service. So with that amended, I would entertain a motion to approve.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Ernie Thompson. Second by Maggie Wild. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That's unanimous. We have our standing business, which includes our prior meeting minutes from January 15th, 2026, our current claims, and our payroll allowance docket from January 12th. I think that's supposed to be 2026, not 5, to February 1st, 2026. Need a motion to approve.
Zach, make that motion.
Motion by Maggie Wild.
I'll subby.
Zach's trying to make a phone call there, Perry. Second by Ernie Thompson. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That's unanimous. Any public comments? I don't see any. So we'll move straight into new business. And I will turn it over to our Clerk Treasurer, Donna Coomer, to recognize one of our very long-term dedicated employees.
I want to stand up to do this. I'm just really proud to recognize Deborah for 26 years of outstanding service, her dedication, her loyalty, her compassion that she has for the city, and we've been together, most of us, for 20-something years, not only Deborah and myself, but others too, and her dedication is just outstanding. Our perfect audits, and she's a strong team player, and I'll be honest, I don't know what I'd do without her. Deborah, you are one of the best I've ever worked with, and I thank you for everything that you've done. And perfect audits, we've had perfect audits for years, and you are such a team player, and I'm blessed to have you, and I just want to recognize you for 26 years of service. Thank you, Deborah.
She's my
Love
name.
you so much.
All right, y'all stand up and get your picture.
Okay.
All right, second to all of that, Deborah is outstanding. And anytime we've got a question upstairs, we know we usually just run down there, and she's so patient with us. So we thank you, Deborah. You're really wonderful. Glad to have you. All right, move into some business so we can create some more invoices that Deborah has to process for us. I'll have Carrie you present. Yep, Carrie Basham is going to come up and present on several.
Yeah, I'm doing Hannah's for her, so bear with me, it's just,
Yeah.
I've just seen this.
Yeah.
So, this one here is for Charlestown Ensembles. They are partnering with us for the musical camp that will take place June 8th through the 12th. We will do this one at the Arts and Enrichment Building, but Rebecca and them, they are gonna collect all the money. So basically, this is just for us. We had her sign a contract because she's using our building. So that's for that. Hannah did have her do an insurance waiver as well, but we will not be collecting any money in this at all.
Okay, this is just the approval of the use of the building,
Yeah.
our partnership, basically,
Correct.
but she's gonna handle all the collections.
That is correct, yep.
Good deal. So do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Ernie Thompson,
I'll second.
second Maggie Wild. Any questions for Carrie? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, that is unanimous.
We have quite a bit going on with Charlestown Ensembles this year.
Yeah, we do.
This next one I know is gonna be very weird, but this is a contract for, June of 2027. But we had to go ahead and get it approved. This will be, our headliner for, Friday, June 18th, 2027 will be the Crashers.
That's for Founder's Day.
That is for Founders. So we do have their insurance, their W-9, and the contract. Perry, you did get a chance to look at
Yeah, I
this.
looked at that.
Yeah, so this one was fine. We didn't have to do anything to this contract.
Okay, the amount is,
That's what I was looking for.
That's the one I asked you if they'd send insurance group, didn't I? Yeah, that was it.
What did you say, Maggie? I'm sorry.
I thought I saw 10,000.
Yeah,
Another-
10,000 and.
Yep,
again,
10,000.
You know, just
Plus
for the record, this is,
They will not need a hotel because they are local.
Right.
So we won't have anything with them. So
well,
we'll
and
just-
again, these are usually covered by sponsorships. So
Correct,
this
yeah.
This doesn't come from one of our revenue funds, it's usually always paid for.
And we won't obviously do an invoice or anything for this till
Next year,
2027,
yeah.
so,
It's just to get them on the books.
yeah.
All right, do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Maggie Wild,
I'll second.
second by Ernie Thompson. Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, that is unanimous.
And that's all I have.
Oh,
The rest is not me.
All right, good deal. The next one was Backyard Classics Insurance Liability. So the Backyard Classics, wants to have their car show on the square. The difference is that because the city had to move Founder's Day up because of the dates for the 4-H fair, we're having to move ours up, because the 4-H fair basically is locked in for 5 years to be in conflict with Founder's Week because of their new ride vendor. And we saw a significant impact on that this past year, 2025. So we just made the decision, since they can't move, we made the decision to bump ours up a week and kind of feed into the fair. So it's kind of a 2-week thing. I guess it's our own version of like Thunder over Charlestown. We just got a 2-week festival around here, going straight off of Founder's Week into the 4-H fair. And Backyard Classics wants to keep their date though on their traditional date and not do it the same day as Founder's Day. So they want to use the city square. That would be, Carrie, do you have that date right off the top of your head? I can pull it up.
627 it says.
Yep, so 6/27. No, that shouldn't be right.
That's not right.
That's not right.
That's what
That's,
it says at the bottom. It says regard the 20th annual car show will be held at 890 Main Street on June.
June 27th, 2026, yes, sorry, yes, you're correct, June 27th, that is right. Sorry, my bad. And so we agreed that, you know, we would block off the square for them for that event, even though we're not having a major event. But in order for us to do that, since it is a public park space, we asked them to provide a certificate of insurance and submit a request. So what they've requested is just the same footprint that they've used in the past for their car show, where we block off traffic on the square itself from the morning hours, usually about 7 a.m. until about 2 or 3 p.m. So that's what this is about, and we just wanted to get board approval for them to have that event and have the certificate on file. There's no money changing hands, they don't pay anything, and we're not collecting any money from them. It's just the approval of the use of the space.
Yes.
So do we have a motion to make that approval?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Ernie Thompson,
I'll second.
second Maggie Wild. And then Donna, I know we've had trouble with some of these on their certificate of insurance. They have us listed correctly, yeah, 304 Main Cross.
Okay,
Do you see anything else that needs to be?
yeah, if you look on the certificate of insurance, it's got the policy date, June 21st, and it expires on June 21st, 2026.
So they need to set that for the
Yeah,
event
the
date,
event is on June 27th.
27. Okay. Carrie, can you get them to amend that?
Mhm.
Contact them. So on the policy effective date and policy expiration date, it needs to be the 27th, not the 21st.
Okay, will do.
Thank
So we'll approve pending that change on that certificate of insurance. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. That is unanimous. And then Tony, did you want to explain this vacated request?
Yeah, up off Old Thompson Street, they're doing the Jennings Groves, complexes up there. And the east side of Thompson Street, they're what used to be next to the old Pleasant Ridge School, back when they, I guess it was the 50s. There was easements plotted in there, apparently, a 60-foot easement and a 10-foot easement. Nobody really knew they were there, they're not on the GIS or anything like that, but as Harold Hart was doing the research for, he did find what he thought was that, he's got it where it's shown it. So it don't have any utilities in it, it don't, it's all, if they vacated, it's all going to the same person, so figured the board Public Works would be the best place to get that thing vacated. That's what we normally would do when there's nothing, no sale, no problems. So they're just asking that have officially vacated.
So there's nothing in there that we would need to
No,
worry
no,
about?
I checked with Tim,
Okay.
couldn't find anything.
So do we have a motion to approve that vacate request?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Maggie Wild,
I'll second.
second by Ernie Thompson. Perry, do you see any issues with that?
What do we think?
It's some of the old project up on the east end. It's just ground. Nobody knew it was there.
It's not on our GIS.
It's not on a GIS or anything, but they're just wanting something official saying that we don't have anything there.
I mean, probably for purposes of title search, in the future, you may want to do something that memorializes the action of the Board of Public Works, so it can be, recorded.
Yeah, does it show that we own the title or anything?
No.
So it's just, who owns it?
It doesn't
So,
say.
so we're just vacating something we don't own?
I guess we're just acknowledging that we don't own it.
Right,
Just
that's all we're
vacating
doing.
something.
Hey, I'm an old Thompson, maybe I own it.
Let's go this route and.
Yeah, because that's the only one we can figure out. You can see where it comes up. Some of the,
I understand.
when the road comes up off the
I
side,
know what you.
it extends over. Now, we can see that part, but then it stops there. And, I thought maybe that was just where Ernie used to skip school now.
It was.
Well, you-
So we don't actually show that we own any title to it, there's no parcel attached to it, there's no, we just want a formal acknowledgement from the board that
Right,
we
it's
don't
not.
own it.
There's
That's
nothing
not
there.
us.
Yeah, there's nothing there.
Yeah, it's something to the fact that that we vacate any interest that we may have in
Right.
this particular project.
Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's normally what we would do is something, if we split off, if it was a half and half deal where it goes to joint
Right,
property
goes to
owners,
the side.
then it goes, then
Right,
that
but
goes
we
to
don't
the
even own any
council.
part of this.
That's the one that goes to the council, so.
Okay. All right, so do I have, we've got a motion by Maggie Wild to approve
I'll second
a statement that we don't own this
that. No,
parcel.
and I
No
don't know.
rights to it, yeah.
Ernie makes the second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. That is unanimous, and if we need to do something else with that, we will do it, but I don't know how we do any title search on something that doesn't even have a parcel number, so. All right, good deal. Brian, did you want to explain the
Sure.
Small Town Big Trees grant?
Yeah, we received a $5,000 grant from DNR. It's a federal grant money, small town, big trees. So this is to plant a bunch of trees in the city of Charlestown. And most of the trees will go from our tree audit. Some places we noticed on city properties that needed trees included Charlestown Little League Park, Knoebel Park, Greenway Park, City Square, and the Family Activities Park. So the grant call out request for quotes was about 28 trees, because with the grant, they want more mature trees as possible, not to order a bunch of seedlings. They want these trees to really take off. The part of the grant was, because it's through federally funded, had to get a minimum of 3 quotes, so I just want to bring the quotes in front of the board. So River Farm Nursery was $3,000, but they only submitted 22 trees. Dan Christiani Excavating was $7,196 for 28 trees. Grand Line Nursery was $5,775 for 28. Lincoln Springs Tree Farms was $4,500 for the 28 trees. And then McCoy's Nursery was $7,829.76. So just my recommendation would be the Lincoln Springs Tree Farm, because that would be under budget a little bit. And I'm sure I could probably negotiate with them to get a couple extra trees to round us up to the 5,000.
So I have a question about the Lincoln Springs Tree Farms at the, that's the one you're recommending?
Yeah, because what I reached out for was I gave them species that we requested, and they were able to substitute so long as they're Indiana native trees.
Okay, so those substitutions, you're okay with those substitutions?
Yes, yes, which they're pretty similar to the substitutions that Grant Line submitted as well. I think Grant Line had,
They don't have it broken down between
yeah,
what
they had 5 trees that weren't initially what we requested. And I think Lincoln Springs is about that.
Okay, and then we have a match component on this, but we're using
Yes.
our volunteer work, and
Yes.
are they allowing us to use some of the trees that we're planting for the commons as part of that match
Yes.
as well?
Yes.
Okay, great. So the recommendation is that we go with Lincoln Springs Tree Farms, another $4,500. So do we have a motion on that?
I'll make that one.
Motion by Ernie Thompson,
I'll second.
second by Maggie Wild. Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, Brian, for getting a good number of quotes on that. That's much appreciated. And then the last thing we have are some sanitation charge-offs. One, actually, they're $20.52. I need a motion for that.
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Maggie Wild,
I'll second.
Second by Ernie Thompson. All in favor, say aye. Aye, that is unanimous. That is all I had. Harry, unless you need anything else from us?
The only thing that came up recently was we had the down service at the concession during the Christmas Spectrum. I reached out, finally, I told Brian, finally to Spectrum through email and asked them to be aware of this and that we have a possible claim for damages. That we would like to apply it toward future service if they didn't want to pay.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So I haven't got a response, and I think I copied you in the email maybe.
Yes, you did.
But anyway, that's pretty much that issue, and hopefully we can get some.
So to fill the board in completely, there was a night down in concessions where we were.
December 7th.
Yeah, December, the busy night, and they were not able to process credit cards because there was a Spectrum outage, and it wasn't a Spectrum outage around, it was just at our concession stand, and one of the workers told our staff that it was because of damage to a pole down there, like, so we asked Perry to file.
Well, they pulled the video, security camera, and saw the day of that somebody was on the pole, and then shortly thereafter, the service goes out, technician comes back and says, the issue at the pole, and fixes it, and then, well, all good again. So
Yeah.
we think it was an issue at the pole that they caused.
Right, we think they caused whatever problem it was, so they had to turn away several people that night who didn't have cash. And so we lost revenue, and so the question for Perry was, can we request that they reimburse us? And it may be that they end up reimbursing through credit to our bill or whatever, but, which doesn't help Carrie because it doesn't go into her revenue fund, but at least it overall gives some acknowledgement and money back to the city from that loss of outage, so.
So that's it.
All right, did you need anything else from us besides signature?
No, I think everything's great.
All right, and I forgot to say this at the beginning, but let the record officially show this meeting was live streamed by Under Production Multimedia.
Yes,
With that, I need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Ernie Thompson,
Second.
second by Maggie Wild, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, we are adjourned.
Shut this off.
Just take it.